Just stop right there. We need to pause. Remember the first time we met? Playback to that dark, loud night when I sat silently alone in the corner, waiting to leave the trance of this midnight fall. Who knew our shadows would meet, and with the clinking of our glasses we'd connect? Sipping into sweetened watermelon and a burning bitter throat, I looked at you and paused. You caught me in your blink, and in those moist eyes, I saw an ocean of camaraderie and genuinity. In a second, I slipped and fell. Fell for those bloated lips that only laugh, the mapped palms that helped the strayed ones held, and the hair that swung me into the sweet spot that I call you. Your ways became mine, and mine yours. Childlike, spontaneous, full of life. Clinging and sliding in our own little jungle gym, cycling mountains and racing rivers, to silent humming of our grievances. Remember your tune? The one that my ears could barely listen, because it always reached the drum of my heart. As I listen to you now, I close my eyes and pause, gripping to our wildest seconds together and not letting them dust into smoke. But just pause. Pause. Let me breathe. Remember our screens were suffocated with each other's texts, sometimes writing long love and thank you notes, while sometimes debating over topics that were relatively insignificant. Where have we left our countless conversations that made us forget the hour? Now your one-line texts are thumping that same heart which once played your sweet rhythm. You entered my life like a storm and left just like a breeze, gently caressing my face while I was asleep. My eyes unfolded to see you sit beside me, while I laid down, watching your eyes fold to weep. I remember cuddling you tight around your waist with my head on your belly, when you just sat in bed with hardly any words to speak. In that warmth between us, I was shivering. Never realized when unspoken words turned into a dumping diary. Every time I started writing, I dreamed of flying to you, but feared that you won't understand. Again, my heart wanted to keep inking onto that paper which was already blotted, but words had no space as they hid in the black paint. Constantly pressing on that paper and leaving those impressions, I thought my words would reach to you. But before it did, I paused to tear it all up in front of you. Remember your photo in my wallet? It is still there, torn and crumbled like my notes, waiting to be glued. Until then, let me fly. Let me fly, even though it's just a dream. I'm stuck here, jammed between you and the present. But I still stand here, right in front of you, plunging into your irresistible eyes to take one more risk of diving my limbs around your waist and falling for you again. This is that bittersweet spot I want to keep enduring as I scoop my arms to lift you up until our throats synchronize to gulp. In that warmth between us, I pause. I pause to hear the ebb and flow of your heartbeat and the blow of your smoky breath on my cheek. As our lungs expand into one another, I feel a current gushing down my spine, paralyzing my senses and leaving me in no state to move from this intimacy. Even though you're miles away, it seems you're sitting right next to me, always being there, just for that one embrace that we miss being in. It feels like I'm battling with myself. I don't know if I should trust my heart, daring me to give in again, or go with my conscience, ordering me to just run. I fear getting back to those times I desperately kept waiting for you, expecting you'd come sooner. I fear giving you more, because I know I will end up being upset. I understand you've already surrendered into love, but I miss the time we had. I miss us. Since you've been trying to enter my life again, I've been confused if I still want this. But I know it's best if we pause. We need this. some time to rethink and reflect, rewinding to those moments that we miss and waiting to relive them with you. This love isn't lost. I'm just waiting for you to rewind and press play.